before departing the Chamber. Gregory Stafford.
Thank you very much, Madam Deputy Speaker. The Honourable Member for Exeter talked about a battle for ideas, but the government benches seem to be totally devoid of any ideas that will actually get this country moving again. The Item Club forecasts that around 160,000 job losses this year alone, with manufacturing, retail and construction expected to be hit the hardest. Unemployment has risen month after month and now stands at 5.2%. HMRC payroll data shows 110,000 fewer people in employment than when Labour took office. And in my own constituency of Farnham, Borden, Haslemere, Liphook and the surrounding villages, there has been a 28% increase in young people claiming unemployment-related benefits in a single year. This is the reality behind the rhetoric that comes from the government. Young people unable to get a foothold in work, businesses pausing recruitment, families feeling the squeeze on their bills, high streets losing momentum. And the reason is not difficult to identify. Businesses across the country are telling us the same thing. Labour has increased the cost of employment, it's raised taxes, and it's layered on regulation that is undermining confidence. The Employment Rights Act alone introduced more than 330 pages of additional obligations on employers. The government's own assessment acknowledged a cost of around £1 billion a year. Both the Federation of Small Businesses and the Institute of Directors warned it would reduce hiring and investment. And that is exactly what we are seeing. And what's the government's response to this? A regulating for growth bill. It's like asking a vegetarian how it would like its steak cooked. The reality is, this is not the way to get growth. At a recent hospitality roundtable in my constituency, one publican told me there is now, and I quote, no incentive to hire someone under 25. That should concern every single member of this House. But the honourable members opposite simply parrot the government's talking points, totally devoid from what is going on in the real world. Because youth employment is now close to 1 in 6 between 16 and 24-year-olds. And I cannot believe that honourable members opposite are not being told this by their constituents. For many young people, that first job is the foundation for everything that follows. Skills, confidence, independence and ambition. But too many are now finding that door closed. I will.
Rutherford is absolutely right about young people, and he will be as shocked as I am that there are over 1 million not in education, employment or training. Much has been said about growth. What matters is per capita growth, making all of our people better off. And back to my point earlier, nothing in this King's Speech about investment in skills which will allow people to get their foot on the ladder, businesses to thrive and the economy to boom.
Well, my right honourable friend is absolutely right, and per capita growth is down, and that is a shocking indictment on this government. Because across our high streets and hospitality sector, the pressure is becoming severe. Some local examples, Madam Deputy Speaker. John from Birdie's Cafe in Farnham told me that his business rates are rising from around £290 a month to approximately £1,600 a month. His energy bills have increased from £300 or £400 a month to around £3,500 a month. And as a result, he's already let a member of staff go. In Way Hill in Haslemere is one of the most affected by business rates, where the average increase in rateable values has gone up by 82%. That is entirely unsustainable for what are small shops, a butcher, a kitchen shop, a party shop. These are not enormous businesses. And at the same time, retail sales are falling and confidence is weakening across the sector, and yet the government still does not appear to grasp the impact of its decisions. In this King's Speech, instead of backing enterprise, it's increasing the cost of employing people. Instead of reducing burden, it's adding to it. Instead of restoring confidence, it's eroding it. And 30-year gilts yields are now at their highest levels since the 1990s. And higher borrowing costs means higher mortgages, higher debt interest, and less capacity to fund public services. It's a government presiding over stagnation and apparently calling it a strategy. But good news, Madam Deputy Speaker, there is a different path, one that we as Conservatives have laid out in our alternative King's Speech. And I say to the ministers on the Treasury bench, we are not precious about this. Take every single policy and enact it, because we want the best for Britain, and we will support them every way we can if they pick those up. Reducing regulatory burdens on businesses, cutting energy costs by removing unnecessary levies, restoring domestic energy security by renewing North Sea licences, and properly cutting business rates for the high streets and hospitality sector. Because, Madam Deputy Speaker, jobs are not created through legislation, regulation or press releases. They are created when businesses are confident enough to invest, expand and hire. That requires lower costs, lower taxes, cheaper energy and a stable regulatory environment. Labour came in promising growth, but we have seen anything but. And unless there is a change of direction very soon, the price and the cost of this Labour government to our country will only rise further.
Kerry McCarthy.
Thank you, Madam